Today we tune back to the early aughts to take a trip outside Atlanta to the quiet suburb of Suwanee, Georgia, where a popular young band of guys called Lost in Utah hit the scene like a freight train of emo glory.
So I was there really at the beginning of Lost in Utah as kind of their formation. And I would like to think that I had, quite a heavy influence on the band, what they would ultimately become, if not just by virtue of how quick they were to reject any ideas that I had. So we'll have to take it back. Let's take it back to like exactly when they were forming.
Rock history is no stranger to the dynamic duo. From Jagger and Richards to Lennon and McCartney, the Mount Rushmore of childhood friends turned rock stars was a monument Carter and Englenz seemed destined to join. Paul Carter, lead singer and bassist of the band, brought an earnest voice and clever lyrics to every song, while Eric Englenz, lead guitarist and backup vocalist, brought his genius for composition and affinity for thrilling performances. Growing up off the musically beaten path of Athens, Macon, or Atlanta, the two met in the gifted program at Collins Hill High School and became instant friends.
There came this point in 10th grade where we realized that Paul and Eric were all of a sudden at the level or approaching the level of musicianship that Kyle had. And hey, look, everybody was so excited. Made a lot of sense that they would form a band together. And that that seemed like a no-brainer to me. I having been able to make music at the level that I was able to since middle school, when high school, it always seemed like it made sense that anybody who was forming a band would just ask me to be in their band. But with Lost in Utah, I really kind of had to, with Eric and Paul, just kind of assert myself. Like, hey, you guys are hanging out this weekend? Hey, look, I'm free. I'll come over. Right? Oh, your drummer's gonna come too? Oh, perfect. Hey, let's have band practice. Like, hey, we're a band, right? I really made the effort, and I hope that they remember that like I made a conscious effort to try to be involved. And, who knows where that would have taken things.
Englert's house, known as Big Brick, was where the band was birthed. Most boy bands are known for getting their start in garages. Ever slightly different, Lost in Utah came to life not in the family garage, but in Big Brick's basement below. The band changed members almost as frequently as they broke guitar strings, but their fans remained loyal from their first show to the last at famed Atlanta punk venue, the Somber Reptile.
Oh man, Lost in Utah. What can I say about them? I know that the music industry is pretty famous for a lot of copycats and backbiting, but I don't think anybody in the industry represents that more than Lost in Utah. They came out with Yellow and Blue, and then all of a sudden you start hearing all these songs with colors in them, from Black and Yellow and Black or White. They came out with Thursday Has Come, and then you start hearing all these songs with days in the week in them, from Monday, and Saturday Night's All Right for Fighting, and that Spanish song that teaches children the days of the week in Spanish. And maybe the best example, they came up with Très Bien, and then all of a sudden there's a rush on foreign songs that you hear, Livin' La Vida Loca, and Du Hast, and Ba with the ba da bang da bang, diggy diggy diggy, said the boogie, said up jump the boogie.
Très Bien. You need to really look at the pronunciation there of that, guys, if you're ever gonna do that one again. But there was potential there for an upper harmony, which I proposed to Paul and Eric, I'm sure, at one time. It would have been, Senorita Zarita, what were you thinking? Your shooting star passed you by when you were blinking. That's the kind of, just think about all their old songs and think about the level that they could have been at if, they had asked. Senorita Zarita, what were you thinking? Your shooting star passed you by when you were blinking.
Would any of us be here in the, year past 2000 making music if it weren't for the inspiration, the songs that Lost in Utah gave us? I mean, what can I say? I wouldn't be doing what I'm doing if it weren't for Lost in Utah. To have these boys from middle of nowhere, Swanee, Georgia, write these songs that were so raw and relatable made you think more was possible. It's the morning I have fear. I feel smaller than I ever have, and I wonder why she is so far gone, why I had to cry just to see her smile.
My name is Daniel DeWitt. I had a brief stint playing drums in Lost in Utah. I remember those recording sessions really fondly. A lot of halftime drumming, which is a thing that I love very much to do, the halftime drumming. I'm not really sure why they never asked me back to do any more playing or recording, to be honest with you. It was never discussed, but I have a hunch. It was probably that I was just too good at Halo, and they were tired of me making them look bad whenever we would play in between sessions.
Playing in at the parties that they were playing in. I mean, I had kind of the Buford coffee house scene down, but gigs at parties and coffee houses in Lawrenceville and Swan and Duluth, that kind of exposure was exactly what, young singing actor Kyle really could have used.
Wake me up, I can't pretend that I was asleep. Watching all the stars come down, center stage without a sound. So what am I to do when I can't tell what is true and nothing's even new? She's flying high on unofficial wings. Don't plan it out, I'll take spontaneity any day. She wrote I love you in yellow and blue, and tell me that you only play to win. What's the point of playing Très Bien? Don't care what you say, world was flat today. Not that it matters anyway.
I mean, looking back, do I have any regrets of not finding a way to really just cement my dominance over the band and make sure that I would be involved and included? No. I mean, I think they wrote some songs that you couldn't hear anywhere else. Because clearly they were talented guys, they were smart guys. It's just math. Like, I didn't do that well in math, but I know if you took like these two IQs and then added another IQ on top, the IQ sum would have been higher, probably. And then music, how that correlates, possibly.
I would be up to a reunion at any point in time, as long as they were, willing to admit my superiority in all things Halo related. Yeah, I would come back. I would absolutely come back.
I mean, if they are out there somewhere, thank you.
It's hard to ask the question of where would we be without Lost in Utah? Would we ever have gotten some of the greats like Tekashi 6ix9ine or Led Zeppelin or Beethoven? But you know what? We don't have to wonder that, because Lost in Utah, we did have them, and I'm eternally grateful for that.
It's our last song tonight.
While we may never know what happened to Lost in Utah, like all of our favorite bands, their music will never really be lost, so long as there's a sound system to turn up and a curious heart to press play.
That's how we feel here in Canada, is that it's better be safe than sorry. Stay in your garage.